In this video, we're going to talk about sweeps, which can be used to sweep a cross-section along a given path. If the path is a straight line, the sweep is effectively reduced down to an extrude, and if the path is a circle, the sweep is effectively reduced down to a revolve. There's two different sketches that make up a sweep. The first is the cross-section of that sweep, and the second is the path that the sweep follows. I'm going to start with my cross-section, and I'm going to put it on the right plane. And I'll just make this a center rectangle for now. And as always, you would typically want to fully dimension any sketch you do, but for the sake of this video, that's not super important. And I'm going to move on. Now I want to create the path I want this cross-section to follow. So I'm going to put it on a perpendicular plane and create that sketch. Now I have my two sketches. I'm going to go into features in the upper left and choose swept boss base. And for the cross section right here, I'm going to choose this rectangle I made. And you can see that for the path, sketch 4 is already selected. Right below it, I can choose if I want it to be on one side of my cross-section sketch, on the other side, or on both sides. I'm going to choose both. And hit OK. And you can see my sweep. Another feature I want to go through is the helical feature. I'm going to hide this and start over. If I go into my features tab and look right here around the middle, I can find curves, and I can look in this drop down for helix and spiral. I'm going to choose my right plane and just draw a circle. By hitting OK, it will bring me back into my helix and spiral. And if I look at this from a different angle, I can see that a spiral or helix is created. And I have some different options. I can change the pitch. I can change how many revolutions there are. I can change the start angle. I can change the direction here. And I can taper the helix and so on. You should definitely play around with this feature and get to know it a little better. But I'm going to check this helix, and then I want to turn this into a spring-looking shape. I want this to be more than a sketch. I want it to be a three-dimensional feature. So I'm going to make the cross-section of this spring, and I want it to start over here. So I'm going to select this plane, create a new sketch, and I just want this to be a circle. I'm going to go back into my sweep feature, and you can see that I already have this circle selected as my cross-section. And for the path I want it to follow, I'm going to select my helix. And there I have my spring. Another option I have with this is if I don't want it to be this solid circle, if I want this to be hollow, I can select thin feature here. And I have some more options that will come up. You can see that it is now hollow. It is on the outside of that cross section. And I can change the thickness to be thinner or a little thicker. You have a lot of options with this sweep feature that I definitely encourage you to explore. But I'm going to accept this. And now I have my spring, and we can see that it is a hollow spring.